Well, it's no rest New York for Fordham Rams softball. After winning the Atlantic 10 tournament, they've just learned they are off to Stillwater, Oklahoma to take on Oklahoma State in their region of the NCAA regionals. We are live in the Rose Hill Gym right now, Fordham softball, having just learned of this on the NCAA selection show. Hey there, folks. Welcome into the broadcast. Dylan Balsamo here alongside my friend Andrew Galata. And Andrew, an exciting weekend for Fordham softball, their 9th conference title, and now they get to see what they're doing next.
Yeah, just a great weekend for Fordham this weekend. And, you know, you really saw it from the circle. You saw it, the clutch hitting as well. This team has really came together for all they've came since the start of conference play to now. They've just been so solid, and really the momentum has really clicked for them at the right time.
We're here now with Fordham softball head coach Melissa Inouye. Coach, you know, lots to get to, but first off, congratulations. Your second Atlantic 10 title as the head coach of Fordham softball. Can you take us through the weekend and what it was like for you guys? Some ups and downs, but overall, just a fantastic weekend.
Yeah, you know, the girls just came out having so much fun. I'm sure you saw the props in the dugout. I really wasn't really aware of half of them, but at the end of the day, you know, it kept them loose. They had fun, and it brought them together. And I think we played our best ball at the right time of the year. And really the last couple weeks, I thought we played really tough on the road. Ironically enough, we were at George Mason 3 weeks ago. And I think that 3-game close series and winning extra innings in the 9th and game 3, I think really kind of hit it on the head on winning 3 close games in a row. And I think that showed up this weekend.
And, Coach, you ended up playing George Washington 3 times, which, you know, obviously is something where you played them earlier in the season, 3-game series, and you got swept, came back, won 2 out of 3. What did you see the differences between that, you know, series such early in the season compared to now?
And, you know, we talked in that weekend when we got swept. We had the lead in 2 of those games, you know, and we didn't play our best at that time. But at the end of the day, we said, you know, we're going to beat them when it matters the most. And I said, we are such a different team from 7 weeks ago. And they don't know that, but we're going to come in and get there. And if anything, we all anticipated that, to be honest. You know, it was almost like, okay, let's win, or let's beat them. Let's see them again on Saturday. Okay, we made it a little harder. Let's win it in game 2. But yeah, you know, and they're a bunch of good competitors. We have respect for several of their players on the team that we've known for 4 years. But yeah, great ball games all week, and the whole tournament. And George Mason did a great job hosting the tournament.
You know, you talk about how team-driven you guys are, and that, you know, is very evident with all the stuff that goes on in the dugout. But the individual performances this weekend also were outstanding. You look at particularly Bailey Enoch, the most outstanding player in the tournament, but even Devon Miller as well. What do you have to say about how individuals were able to step up?
Yeah, you know, I think the depth of our pitching staff really helped us. Obviously, having Max start, Bailey coming in relief, and then Devon. I think Devon was pretty fresh, so that was nice. And then Devon just did a really good job, and I think she stepped up. And we said on the bus after we won that I thought she really grew up this week, you know, to win back-to-back games against a good offense, and just really pounded the zone and got ahead and pitched with so much confidence. And Bailey, I thought she was just seeing the ball really well, had a good approach, had a really good demeanor about her. And then even Amanda Carey, you know, stepped up big, and she was a player that flexed last year. You know, she didn't hit that much, but I think it's a credit to, you know, we trust a lot in our players, and then that they, you know, their preparation, and it paid off. And it was just really nice to sit back, get out of their way, and let them have some fun.
Then even that St. Joe's game to start off the week, and that was obviously really close, went down to the wire. How big was it to, you know, not only win the game, but win the game in that fashion, where you're playing a really close game, you obviously come on late in the game, to kind of maybe break the ice a little bit going into the 3 games against George Washington?
Yeah, I think you always need like a different person in the postseason to step up. You need like the execution piece. So for us to go down 2-0, make it 2-1. Ironically, Sarah, who had an error earlier in the game, came up big with a triple. You know, and that says a lot about her stepping up and wanting to get back at 2-2. We make the pitching change. Bailey goes 3 up, 3 down. And then I think we pinch hit, get a leadoff hit, execute over, and then Amanda Carey with that hit. But I do think a win like that propels you into day 2. And just really good momentum, and really prove that everyone does take a part in it. And as the back of our warm-up shirt, it says it takes all of us. So.
And, Coach, just one final question here. You know, obviously we just learned who you guys are going to be playing in Oklahoma State and what the first region is going to look like for you guys, and perhaps beyond from that. So obviously you have not been able to, you know, look at film or anything like that and really study what the approach is going to be. But, you know, you guys going into Oklahoma and whatever is going to proceed for you after that, what's the strategy for you guys? What's the end goal?
You know, you never know, because I just told them postseason, anything can happen. You know, they haven't seen us. We haven't seen them. I've seen them a little bit on film. Obviously, they play a national schedule. But you never know. You know, it's all about matchups. It's about playing well at the right time of the year. I think it will be tremendous atmosphere. They have a good fan base in Oklahoma and Stillwater. And, you know, we're going to compete. That's what Fordham softball does, and we'll give it our best.
We're here with Fordham first baseman and slugger Rachel Hubertus. Rachel, congratulations on the championship this weekend. You've been a part of this Fordham program for a while now, obviously, with how long you've been here. And so you've been able to see, the struggles the last couple of seasons, particularly in COVID, and then when things don't go your way. How satisfying is this conference win for you guys?
Oh, it's like the ultimate, the best thing ever. We said from the beginning this year that this was going to be our revenge tour. Obviously, things didn't go our way last year, and the year before with COVID. Everything got canceled. So, this year we really came together as a team. We came through a lot of hardships, especially at the beginning of the year, at the fall with Sarah's injury. And then, at the beginning of this year, we took a lot of losses, and we knew that was really going to prepare us for the end of the season. Playing these tough games really helped us at the end, and we came through. So, yeah, it was awesome.
Is there a particular turning point either this weekend or just in the season that stands out to you where you guys are like, okay, we're going to win the A-10, this is our year? Yeah,
I think there was a midweek a couple of weeks ago against Hofstra, and it was a tight game, and we went into the 7th inning, I think, up by 1 run, and Matt came in and closed out the game. I think we went first and second with no outs, and we ended up getting out of it and winning the game. And Hofstra's a great team, especially being in the Northeast. So we were really excited coming out of that game. We were pumped up. And after that game, we were like, guys, this is a turning point for this team. And after that, we kind of went on a roll. We beat George Mason 3 games, and that was a big point for us. And then even, we dropped one to Dayton right before the tournament, but it was a tight game, the one we dropped. And after that, we were like, okay, we lost this game, but we fought back hard, and this was the perfect thing that was going to prepare us. And, like we said, every game was tight in the tournament, and we knew how to win tight games just because of the tough schedule.
So for you individually in the tournament, you got a homer, 2 RBI. You got 17 homers, 41 runs batted in, your regular season totals. Obviously this is a season for you that's going to be remembered in the record books for a little while, at least here at Fordham. How are you able to balance, your individual achievements and how much you've been rightly celebrated for that, and how much of a team-driven effort this is for you guys?
Yeah, if you look, our individual awards were not there this year compared to maybe the other teams like GW, even Dayton. Even George Mason got 3 girls on the first team, and they didn't even make the tournament. So I think a big focus for us this year was the team, and not individual awards. And I think, that came out and showed at the end when we have the trophy and not everyone has those individual awards. But yeah, I think we're very team-oriented this year. When we go up to bat, we go out for each other. We go have quality at bats. We don't go out to just get hits for ourselves. So, even on defense, we go out and work together. We don't do it as a single person. So yeah, it was a big team-oriented. We knew we were going to win the tournament as a team, not as a single player. Well,
that's for sure. And then, one of my last questions, obviously you guys just saw you're playing Oklahoma State, going to go to that regional. What's kind of your goals for that regional? Obviously the NCAA tournament, playing good, obviously winning's the main thing, but definitely will be a tough task for sure.
Yeah, absolutely a tough task. Our goal is to win the regional. Fordham's never done it. We've made it to the last day a couple of times, but we've never, gotten through to that super regional. So I think this is an awesome team. If we play together and if we, get a couple breaks that come our way, I think we can definitely surprise a few people.
We're here with Fordham Junior Devon Miller, a 2-way player. Devon, congratulations on the conference tournament win for you guys, and congratulations on finding out you'll be playing Oklahoma State in the regionals. You were a part of all the things that went right for you guys in the tournament, being in the circle and being at the plate yourself. What, in your opinion, went so right for you guys?
I think we just really came together when we needed to. We had the clutch hits, and we played the defense that we had to play. And I think something that we did much better this year compared to last year was we got hot at the right time. Last year we peaked a little bit too early, and I think that ended up hurting us. But I think we continued to learn throughout the season, and as it went on, we got stronger, and we played better as a team too. It's a really special group of people. We all love each other, and I think every piece of that and every factor going into that helped us win this championship.
And in the circle, obviously, starting off with that first game against GW, how important for you to set the tone? Obviously, complete game, 3-hitter. How important was it for you in that game? Obviously, a team that you guys got swept by earlier in the season. How was it important to put that performance in Game 2 of the tournament?
That game was definitely crucial. It was tough being swept by them. Wasn't ideal, but I think going into that game, I knew that there was a job to be done, and I just had to go in there and fight. We had nothing to lose at that point and everything to gain, so I think just going out there and attacking and playing the softball that we knew we could ultimately got us the win, and just pitch by pitch, at bat by at bat. Yeah, I mean, that was a great game. I don't really remember too much because of all the adrenaline, but it was crucial and, got us to the double elimination the next day, so that was very helpful.
Devon, we were just talking to your teammate Rachel Hubertus earlier about the balance of, her own individual achievements with what you want for the team. You look specifically at yourself last season. That was truly a season for the ages. I'm sure you can look back on that and appreciate it. And this was a worthy follow-up this year. So for yourself and specifically trying to work in such a deep pitching staff, how do you feel that experience has helped you specifically going into this tournament?
I mean, everybody on our pitching staff is completely different, and I think that helps us out a lot. I mean, Mac pitched game 1 of the tournament. She did outstanding. She has St. Joseph's number, and I think that really helped because, previously I've struggled with that team in the past. But it really does take all of us, not only all the team, but the pitchers as well. And it's been so amazing just to know that I can rely on the rest of the staff to come out with the win. There's a couple cases where we ended up dropping game 1, and it's oh man, but I knew right away, I was so confident in Mac that she would come back and win that next game because everybody on our staff, we're all Bulldogs, and we all have faith in each other, and we all back each other up 100% of the time.
And this is going to be your first time pitching in the regional. How much are you looking forward to that? What do you feel like you have to do in those games? Obviously, it comes to playing a more national team, obviously in Oklahoma State and then beyond. So what are you trying to do in those games particularly?
I think just going out there and competing. Our team has a lot of grit, and just knowing that we can control the mental side of it. Just making sure, personally go out there, hit my spots, do my best, spin the ball like I can. And then just have our team come together and compete. And we just got to stay aggressive. I mean, nothing to lose at this point. It's honestly a dream come true to play a team like Oklahoma State. I've always loved watching them. They're very competitive. They get after it, and I think we're the same way. But just going out there head-to-head and leaving it all on the field, as long as we do that, then we will be successful.
We are here with Bailey Enoch, the most outstanding player voted in the Atlantic 10 tournament. So congratulations on that, and congratulations on the team winning the tournament. What are your thoughts on this weekend, how it went for the Rams in general, but just for you in particular?
Well, thank you first off. I think we really came to play. Not only did we lose last year, and I think that really we kept saying this is a redemption season and everything. And I think we have some amazing leaders on our team, and we have a lot of experience with them. The fifth years and the seniors have been in this position many times before, and I think that they really helped us, the underclassmen, get ready and prepared for this weekend.
And looking at your stat line from the weekend, 556 average, at a home run, 3 RBIs, looking at the slugging percentage, almost 900. I mean, just the way that you played this weekend, what clicked do you feel like for you at the plate?
I think I just kept it simple. I kept telling myself, if I try to do too much, then nothing's going to happen at all. So I just thought, get my front foot down, see the ball, and just hit it where it's pitched, not try to do too much with it.
So for the team in general, things were clicking for you guys at the right time. And, of course, everyone talks about in softball or in any sport of, it's less about how well you play during the entire season, but about getting hot at the right time. What has clicked for you guys in particular, whether it be at the end of the regular season, winning that last game against Dayton, and flowing right into the tournament and now heading into regionals?
I think we, growing through the beginning of the season to the end, I think we just came together as a family, really, and playing for one another, not necessarily worried about all the awards and all the numbers and stuff like that. And we really just played for each other. I knew the fifth years they came back for one reason, and that was to get the ring, and using that as a motivation because I love them so much and my teammates, and winning for them just meant so much.
We're here with Fordham pitcher Mackenzie McGrath. First off, Matt, congratulations on winning the A10 tournament and moving on to play Oklahoma State in the regionals. A lot to get to, specifically your tournament in particular. A .81 ERA in 2 appearances, 6 innings of 2-run, 3-hit ball in that game against St. Joseph's. How did you feel individually about that tournament for you? What was going right?
For me, this was my first time appearing in the tournament, so I knew, there's high expectations. I knew what it was like, what the legacy was like just like 2019. And I just knew I had to perform, lock in every single pitch by pitch. Don't look behind, don't look forward. and, just be where your feet are. And I knew if I was able to spin the ball, I'd be able to get it done for the team.
And obviously you pitched game 1 of the tournament. How important was it for you to set the tone going forward for the rest of the weekend?
Oh, it was amazing. And it was really important, too. We were the home team, so, we had to step out on the field. I had to throw the first pitch, of the tournament in my eyes. It wasn't the first game, but I think, we had to come out on top, and winning that first game sets the tone for the week because, a lot of the team maybe hasn't played in the A10 tournament before. So, it was just setting the tone for everyone and, showing them what we're here to do and what we're going to do.
Now, you talk about pitching. We've discussed all season the depth of your pitching staff. As you move forward, and you just got to see it happen in the A10, now as you move forward into regionals, and it's going to be a lot of opponents that obviously you've never seen before, how important do you think how deep the staff goes is going to affect your performance in the tournament?
It's easily one of the most important aspects that we have, and it is the reason why we won the A10 tournament. But, playing these big teams, we may have to go through 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4 pitchers in one game. And it's whatever the strategy is and whatever works will work. And the fact that we have 4 strong pitchers makes us honestly feel unstoppable.
And obviously just looking at you individually, you had a career year, 2.17 ERA, 10 wins, you could go down the line. What's clicked for you feel like this year compared to past years?
This year, I think for me, I'm leaving it all on the line. I'm not coming back next year. Body hurts here and there. Got a little nagging injuries, but I think that's what's kind of pushing me forward. I know I want to make a difference in this program, and I only have, 2 more weeks left, maybe a month if we win, if we go all the way. But I knew from day one, I only had a certain amount of time left here, and I wanted to make an impact. So I knew every single time out there, I couldn't take it for granted, and especially what happened in the fall with Sarah Taffet, it's more than just the game. And I think that fueled all of us because we knew, it's not about this one pitch. At the end of the day, it's about all of us and, what we're trying to do. It's, there's no I in team.
We're here with not only a member of the Fordham Rams softball team, but more importantly, our friend at WFUV Sports, Miss Gigi Speer. Congratulations on the conference title and getting to be here for it.
Oh, thank you so much. It's so nice to be here and so nice to be here with you guys.
So take me through from your perspective, you are notorious as being, the most vocal member of this Fordham softball team across Fordham campus. Anyone who goes to Fordham knows this about you. So from your perspective, what was it about the culture in the dugout this weekend that helped propel you guys to a championship?
Oh my God. Well, something about our team is we are loud and annoying, and that is a characteristic that has gotten us to win games and win important games like we did this week. And we had a lot of props coming out, and it was nice because this is the most team that we've been a part of, that I've been a part of for 4 years. And even the 5th year say it, that this is such a special team because we're all so close. And so that dugout, we fire the whole team up, and everybody has a role to play in the game. And I think that is something that set us apart from all A10 teams, especially the teams that we played this week, is we were just all fired up. We were going crazy. It was not embarrassing because we were there to win it. And if elf hats helped, they helped.
And the props, you just obviously said it. And if you watched any of the games, you obviously noticed it. Who came up with that idea? What was that? How did that really come about?
We had a lot of props throughout the year, and Rachel Hubertus is someone that always had some kind of prop. Like there was a scepter my freshman year. Maybe it's just passing a bat around in the dugout, but she was a little busy this year, so I took it upon myself. I saw some elf hats. I pulled them out, and thank you for the marketing for having those. And then, everybody kind of just supplied their own thing, too. And something special, this is not really a prop. It was more like a memento, but it was Julie Martine and Bella Ayala had this bottle that they put dirt in after every game, every field we played on. And so that was a part of it, and we kind of had a ceremony with that where we passed it around before the game, lit a electric candle, pressed on, and it was everybody put their own spin on it. And if there was an inning we didn't score, we're like, all right, we got to change them up. You take elf hat, you take this hat, you take Santa hat, and we figured it out.
I want to ask you about the energy of this team because, obviously over the course of any season, whether it be collegiate softball or any sport, there's going to be times when things don't go your way. There's going to be slumps. There's going to be all this different types of stuff. But this is a team that kept that energy up the entire way, and it seemed like you were a very important part of that, whether it be, being a spark who's going to come in and steal a base on a pinch running attempt or, just being that presence in the dugout like we talked about. So what's the key to that?
Oh, my God. Well, I think it's also just really believing in each other. And that's something that never faltered throughout this tournament is we all had each other's backs, and if someone needs a little push and it might be like really actually just screaming something to fire the team up, I'll do that, and we'll all do it for each other too. It's just being a good teammate, and I think that we all have that quality, and we never give up too. And if someone was having an off day, someone would pick it up somewhere else, whether that was energy or literally physically getting hits or pitching the ball really well. So yeah, that was something. It was a spark that we all needed, and I think we all supplied it in our own way.
And you talked about this team being the most together and really have the best, teamwork aspect in the locker room and that type of stuff. How does that help when you go into regionals and you play such a tough team like Oklahoma State or all those national teams?
Oh my God, it helps so much. And especially this year, I'm sure you guys talked about it, but we were challenged from the beginning. Everything with Sarah, what she went through, what her family went through, and the way we had to rebound together after that, and seeing her be as successful as she was this season definitely helped just to be a team and go through something really, really hard, honestly. But then to take it to the next level, to a championship game, that's all that mattered. It was like, all right, what we could do different right now is not only play smart, but play as a team, and that's what we did. So moving forward, I remember when we played Washington freshman year, it was just coming together, everybody doing what they do well to the best of their ability, because it was a lot of people's last games and last attempt at it. So we kept them to 2 runs, which was a good thing for us, and we're hoping to do something similar this weekend.
We want to thank Coach Inouye and members of the Fordham softball team for joining us on this program. Andrew, energy's really high right now for this Fordham Rams team as they enter regionals, and what a great time for that to happen.
Oh, for sure. And, this team, they're peaking at the right time. And I think the one thing you've seen through all these interviews is how much they are of a team. You see the leadership. You see just the community that this team has really become. And that's special. And you don't see that every year. Even with these types of teams that, year after year end up going to the NCAA tournament, this team is really coming together at the right point, peaking at the right point. So we're just going to have to see what happens in the regional.
Well, whatever happens, the stage is now set. Fordham will go to Stillwater, Oklahoma, and play Oklahoma State. That'll be Friday at 8:30 p.m. If they win that game, they'll take on the winner of North Texas and Nebraska to finish out the region. But that'll just about wrap things up for us. That's Andrew Galata. I'm Dylan Balsamo. Good night, everyone.